If someone told you, show me something that represents who you are, what would you choose? A family photo? Maybe your favorite album from your favorite artist? For me, I see my life in stages. For a past stage in my life, I'm going to talk about an almost finished bottle of whiskey that will be forever frozen in time. For my present stage in life, I will talk about my best friend's favorite accessory and what it means to me. Then I will talk about the next stage that I hope to enter in my life and how a book will help me get there. Lastly, I will talk about the bag that holds all these items and why it's so important in my life. On November 26, 2015, I landed in LAX. I had just taken a 14-hour flight from London, England, where I had spent the last 3 months on a study abroad program. After seeing my family and my friends, one of the first things I did was buy this bottle of Jack Daniels. I missed the friendships and the memories that I had left behind in London. Many of us were 18 and 19 in a country where the drinking age was only 18, so more often than not, our nights were filled with Jack Daniels. Simply having the bottle made me feel closer, but it was like I was still there whenever I had a drink. All of a sudden, something changed. Before, I felt joy, but now when I would drink from the bottle, all I felt was a terrible burning in my stomach. My doctor said that there was an imbalance between the good and the bad bacteria in my stomach. This led to me having terrible stomach aches and feeling nauseous 24/7. I stopped drinking the things that I loved. I stopped eating the things that I loved. It almost made me stop enjoying life. Almost. This bottle of whiskey is a perfect example of that stage in my life. I did a lot, and maybe I was almost finished, but I still had some juice left. Now, let me tell you about my best friend. My current stage in life can be summed up in one word: Ozzy. We actually weren't going to go to the pound that day. It was already late, and it was a hot day in March. We decided to bear the heat and go see some puppies that they had just gotten. Of course, they were all spoken for, so me and my girlfriend decided to walk around and just pet some of the dogs. There was this one dog, though. His coat was mostly black, and he had a big, blocky head. He was a pit bull. The fact that he had just recently had surgery on his broken leg would not help either. My family wasn't sure about him, but I saw something in him. He was a little broken, and yeah, he had some scars, but he still had a lot of fight in his eyes. From that day until this day right now, my life has been centered around him. Because of his need to be trained, I fell in love with dog training and behavior, which led to me becoming a dog trainer. That meant that Ozzy Boy was with me basically every minute of every day, even at work and especially on my days off. A lot has changed during the pandemic, but even now, it's still just me and Ozzy Boy. Isn't this whole time in history crazy? I was never really one to dwell on the future. I prefer to focus on what's happening now. But it seems like the future has become such a big topic in a time where the present is so ugly. Although I might not think about it often, I do still think about it. One thing that I've always known about my future is that I never wanted to answer to someone else. When it comes to my future, I do my best to never let anybody else influence it. I believe this came from my grandfathers. They both had their own businesses. No, they weren't millionaires by any means, but they were successful in their own right. They educated themselves in their fields, and then they carved their own path. This is what I hope to do in my future, and that is why I am learning about the stock market. This book is just a foundation, but it's my foundation. This book was my first real step into the stock market and reading price charts. As of now, I am still finding my own path, but I feel that I have already taken the first step. Now, as for my bag, it has also seen all of the different countries and cities that I have seen. I got this bag when I was 16 years old, and I have had it ever since. This bag has been to Amsterdam and to Paris. This bag has been to Las Vegas and to Temecula. This bag will continue to be with me wherever I go. These artifacts were hard to choose, but in the end, I think they represent exactly who I am. A half-drinking bottle of whiskey that still has a lot of life left, my best friend's collar that goes every place I go, and a book that will help me push my dreams of financial independence. These artifacts that represent me, though mostly in my heart, will be with me wherever I go. Thank you.